Thank you all for coming. Our basic speech today that we're going to talk about is we need to discuss teen intimacy and what we as parents can do to help our children cope with it. Basically, we're doing this because the United States, compared to other countries, has a higher rate of increase in teenage pregnancy, STDs, and abortions. Last year alone, Medicaid paid out over $41 million in teenage pregnancies. I've conducted extensive research into this subject because I have children at home that are going to be teenagers soon, and I hope that they will be comfortable enough to discuss this openly before they become intimate with their partners. There's three basic things we're going to discuss today. Instances of teen births that are at a rapidly increasing in the United States, plus the additional negative consequences besides pregnancy that the children will have to deal with. There are several ways we can educate our children about being intimate. In 2006, there was a reported 435,436 babies born to teenage mothers in the United States. This means that 41.9 out of every 1,000 births were to a teenage mother. This means every 10 minutes a teenager gets pregnant, every 10 minutes one gives birth, and every 48 minutes they have an abortion. This shouldn't be happening. We need to be discussing more openly with our children what's going on. Texas has the highest repeat pregnancy rate in the United States. This is due to several state laws and legislators that we have concerning birth control and sex education in schools. Birth control cannot be prescribed to mothers who are minors, even after they've had their child and they are liable for the care of their child. They're not liable for their own care and well-being and cannot get birth control. It's not given to minors, period, without parental consent, even if they're already a parent themselves. This is also due to legal restrictions about sex education in schools. Only about 4% of Texas schools teach contraception. Basically, they teach abstinence and try and tell you why the other contraceptives don't work, which is fine. Contraceptives are better than nothing. But overall, we need to stress to our children that abstinence is the best possible thing they can do. Otherwise, things fail. And this has been proven. We've seen it. Basically, abstinence, one way to tell your kids, abstinence is a lot cheaper than birth control or condoms. It's free. All you have to do is just talk to your kids about it. Teenagers are at greater risk of suffering depression and STDs along with the pregnancy. We need to tell our kids that the emotional problems they could have as a teenage parent could lead to further problems in life, and it could also cause problems with the children that they do have. It's more like a child raising a child. There's going to be issues down the road. So what we need to do is we need to stress to our kids the statistics and the reasons behind those statistics. They're just a bunch of numbers until we actually bring it home to our kids and tell them that, for instance, according to the Center for Disease Control, in 2006, nearly 1 million 10 to 24-year-olds got an STD. Not only is it gross and disgusting, which your teenager will probably pay more attention to, but it can lead to problems down the road. It can lead to infertility if they really do want to have kids down the road. It can lead to cervical cancer and other types of cancer as well. Now, there are three basic types of STDs. Parasitic and bacterial are both curable with medication. Viral STDs are not curable and can possibly lead to death along with other serious consequences up to death. For more information, because I'm not going to go into the details on the STDs, you can contact the Center for Disease Control at www.cdc.gov. It's an excellent resource, and basically what you need to do is include it when you're educating your children and teens about abstinence and teen intimacy. As parents, we cannot be embarrassed to talk to our kids. Basically, what we need is, it's better if they hear it from us, because you know what they hear in a locker room is wrong. They're going to be getting bragging. They're going to be getting, oh, it's great. They're not not going to be understanding exactly what's going on. Be sure to tell your children why 50% of teens surveyed by teenhelp.com have decided to remain abstinent until marriage. It's a growing trend, and it has a lot of reasons. Mostly avoiding STDs, avoiding pregnancy, moral and religious beliefs are affecting the decision. A lot of kids are worried about getting a bad reputation. Stress that big time. If that's all it takes to keep your child from becoming intimate with their partner as a teenager, hit it. Tell them bad reputations stay with you for life, not just high school. We don't want them to be emotionally or physically ready until we talk to them, because they're not going to be. They think they are, and they're not. One of the most important reasons for remaining abstinent is that, like I said earlier, stress that it's cheaper and more reliable than contraceptives. Help your children protect themselves by discussing all of this. Inform your children of their responsibilities. Keep the lines of communication open. And let your child know there's no foolproof way other than being abstinent. Thank you, and y'all have a good night.